Algebra word problems number 28b. Write, solve equations for system of equations. This is substitution part 2. As I said in the previous video 28a, two linear equations often have a common solution, an x and y value that are the solution for each equation at the same time. And finding a common solution for two or more linear equations is called solving a system of equations. One way to find a common solution is to subtract one equation from the other. So we have y equals 2x plus 3, and our second equation is y equals x plus 2. We could subtract this equation from this one. Y take away y leaves 0. So these cancel out into a 0. 2x take away 1x is going to leave 1x. See? 2x take away an x is 1x. 3 take away 2 is 1. Now we have 0 equals x plus 1. Now we know that we can take this plus 1 and subtract it from each side to get this x by itself. So we do, and we discard this because it turned into a 0 pair. Plus 1 take away 1 is 0. And now we have negative 1 on this side and x on this side. So x equals negative 1. Now we can take this x equals negative 1 and plug it into x in our second equation. So this x becomes a negative 1. And when you add negative 1 to 2, it becomes 1. Now we know x is negative 1 and y is 1. So remember, whatever you do on one side of the equation, we have to do on the other side to keep our equal balance, okay? Here's our problem. A landscaper places 2 orders with a nursery. The first order is for 8 bushes and 10 small trees at a total of $420. The second order is for 8 bushes and 4 small trees at a total cost of $240. Write and solve a system of equations to find the price of 1 bush and the price of 1 tree. So you can actually see the equation in the word problem. This is the first equation. This is the second equation. 8 bushes plus 10 trees equals $420. 8 bushes plus 4 small trees equals $240. And those are our two equations. We're going to let b equal bush and t equal tree. So it says, write and solve a system of equations to find the price of 1 bush and the price of 1 tree. So think, we need 2 equations to solve this word problem. And they were pretty much written into the word problem. So if b is going to be bush and t is going to be tree, we have 8b plus 10t equals 420. 8b plus 10t equals 420. Then we have 8b plus 4t equals 240. For our second equation, 8b plus 4t equals 240. So now we have our 2 equations. We can solve this. We'll subtract this equation from this equation. All right? 8b take away 8b cancels them out. We discard that. Now we've got 10t, take away 4 of the t, is going to leave 6 t's, right? 420, take away 240, is going to leave 180. And now, because we've got 6t equals $180, 6t means multiplication. 6 times that variable. So in order to get rid of the 6 and isolate this t to one side, we need to divide both sides by 6, which is the inverse operation of multiplication. That'll undo this to get the t alone. So 6 divided by 6 becomes a 1. Then we have 1t. And 180 divided by 6 is 30. See? 6 goes into 18 3 times, and then we add the 0. 3, 0. So now we know that 1 tree is $30. We can substitute that $30 for t in the second equation. This was our second equation, 8b plus 4t equals 240. And it's going to become 8b plus 120 equals 240. Because 4 times t, 4 times 30 equals 120. See? So now our second equation became 8b plus 120 equals 240. Now, to get the variable to one side, what we do is we subtract the 120 from each side. That creates a 0 pair here and that disappears. We discard it. 240 take away 120 is 120. Now we have 8b equals 120. 8b means 8 multiplied to b. The opposite of multiplication is division. So the inverse operation to get b by itself would be to divide both sides by 8. This becomes a 1. We discard it. And then 120 divided by 8 comes out to be 15. We know b equals 15. So one tree is $30 and one bush is $15. I actually kind of like these. When I was in college, I loved doing these because I could just pop them out and just keep answering these. I'd rather do this than some of the other parts of math. So we're going to do one more example before we move on to number 29. So if you need it, come join me in 28C, and if not, go ahead and move on to your bigger and greater things that you need to do. All right? Bye.